Hey, good afternoon. Chuck here with Apple Drains. We just finished a small project over here on the beach, and I thought, let's go ahead and show you guys some of Ponce Inlet because it is a beautiful spot. But also to tell you about a couple of upcoming things that we're going to do starting in November. One, if you look up here in the corner, is we've got an entire series of gardening, landscaping, propagation of plants, and how to do this successfully. Some time lapse as well. I hope you guys enjoy that. I worked really hard to put all that together, so I hope that everybody enjoys that and a few more subscribers come in. But also to talk about November. November is one of the rainiest months throughout the country, especially from the Mississippi to the East Coast. And I mean, I can remember when I was in Ohio that it rained, almost the entire month every year. So if you have a basement problem or a crawl space problem, this is probably what's causing that problem. Number one problem is downspout drains. There's so many issues with that. And this video is going to talk about that gap between the downspout and the pipe. So take a look, hope you enjoy. Hey, good morning, Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about your downspout drain, which is the most important drain in your rainwater drainage system. This is the pipe, of course, that comes from the roof, gathering the gutters, brings it down the downspout and into this downspout drain, which runs out to the street. Sometimes what you'll see is your downspout will have a gap between here and the downspout adapter. So you've got a gap that's formed here. Now when the rain comes down the downspout, some of it goes in here, but most of it splashes around, goes down into the crawl space or your basement, either one. This is a simple repair. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to dig this area up down to this 90. You're going to wiggle this pipe loose and pull it out. Then you'll make a new measurement from the bottom of the fitting up to the downspout, which is where the downspout adapter will attach. This video shows you how to do that. The separation between the downspout and the pipe allows all that roof water to just pour down along your basement wall. So here's a downspout adapter that we're going to repair. First, you dig up the pipe down to the elbow. Takes a little bit of work. Usually there's some roots, things like that, but you'll dig this up until you get down to the elbow. Next, you're going to just wiggle that pipe until it comes loose from the fitting that you just dug up down underground. Okay, now you need to loosen the downspout strap. You need to do this because you're going to need some play in the downspout to put this all back together. So take out the screw and push or pull the downspout to one side. Now remove the old pipe. Just wiggle it free from the 90 that's sitting down below. Clean out any debris that has dropped down into the elbow. Don't be afraid to get your fingers dirty. You can see the elbow, that's a 90-degree fitting, and we're going to slide a new piece of pipe right down inside there. Use a piece of pipe and make a measurement. Make a mark on the pipe and cut your pipe to length. Make sure you use a good hacksaw because the pipe has to be cut fairly straight. Place a new pipe into the elbow, push it tight into the fitting. Push hard so it sits down tight. The downspout should be just above the pipe now. Next, attach your downspout adapter and push the pipe to the side, push the downspout to the side, and force them together. This will be a very tight fit. Sorry, I had to move the camera there for a second. Push it over and push that downspout adapter down onto the pipe. That pretty much completes the install. One thing left to do is to go ahead and tighten up that downspout strap because that really holds everything in place. So we're putting a new screw in here using our drill. Secure the downspout tight, cover it up, and you're done.
Today I want to show you how to connect a downspout drain to a drainage line that you may have installed. It's really important to make sure you excavate the entire area below that downspout. Sometimes below the surface you're going to run into the concrete footer. It's okay if you run into that, just dig around it and get this pipe as close as possible. It's always helpful to have an extra person. We use the adapters that you can find at most of your hardware stores and put it on, and the goal is to get the pipe to go straight up and down. So by removing all of the dirt, it allows you to push the pipe into place. And then a second person is handy to kind of lock it in place with some dirt. And just like that, with an extra hand, you can get that professional look.
Okay, over here at the downspout, it's real important that you try to make this corrugated pipe bend and go down. So make sure that it's hook up your downspout adapter. That's your downspout adapter. And then push this pipe hard back up against the foundation. Throw some dirt on it to keep it in place. That way it looks aesthetically correct. You've got a nice straight pipe coming down from the downspout right up against the house. So I'm going to cut a section out here for the Y and hook up the downspout. Corrugated pipe just snaps together. Pretty simple stuff. You can hear it click together. Now we'll be able to bring our downspout drain into the pipe right here. Okay, and there's our Y connection from the downspout into our main line going out to the street. There's the downspout drain right there. Now we're just going to backfill, cover, clean it up, and we're pretty much done here. Today, let me show you how to install a downspout adapter properly. This is common. People do this stuff all the time, and I follow behind so many people that say they're contractors, and this is just not right. Take a look. So this homeowner, the gutter company came out and said, you must have this oversized gutter to solve your problem, because there was so much water coming down and getting under his foundation. And all they did was make the problem worse. And you can see this is a huge 7-inch commercial gutter with 4x6 downspouts. And just to give you the example, you see the K-style gutter up there? That's more than enough for, almost any roof. Preferably you would want to run, the 6-inch gutter, but this is 5-inch K-style gutter, and it works perfectly. There's no problem with that. But take a look at this, and let me show you what the problem is and why you need to call a professional. Here's a real typical problem that we see from other companies, and you can see it right away. Instead of going straight down into the ground and turning, they've used the A elbow and brought it out across the ground. It just looks horrible, but we're going to fix that. I think they did that because this is an oversized downspout. So we're going to make this go straight down into the ground. Start by taking this apart. Then we're going to dig straight down and put a 90 on it and replace all of this. So we find this quite a bit. Probably the system works good, but wow, downspout drains, this is so easy to do. And yes, that is a huge oversized downspout, and you can see the fitting that we're going to put on here is actually 6-inch, and we're going to have to reduce that down to 4 and tie that into this drain tile. So again, the real secret is you've got to go straight down the wall for that professional look. And if you come off to the side, it just won't look right. You can see there's a lot of tree roots here. That's probably why these people didn't do that. And I know that they didn't have the downspout adapter. That's something that drainage companies have that, you know, other smaller companies just don't have.
Just trying to be careful.
So you notice how we're scraping that wall? That's the secret. You got to go straight down the wall, and then you can put your 90 there at the bottom and make a very good connection and a very nice downspout drain. To give you an example of the size of this downspout, this is a 3x4. This is actually an oversized downspout, but take a look at the difference. This is a commercial grade downspout, and it's really overkill for the house, but this is what they got. So, and you can see here's another example of a 3x4. See that? You can see how much bigger this piece is. Remember, it's supposed to go to 6-inch, and we're going to reduce that to 4-inch. So we've got a couple of different couplings. This is a slip coupling, goes from 4-inch to 6-inch, and it just slides right inside of here. We'll glue all this up here in just a second, but we're going to start our measurements. So I'm going to slide this guy up here just to get started. Then we're going to get the 4-inch 90 and put this down here at the bottom of the trench. We're going to make a measurement from the top of this coupling to the inside of this coupling, so we can set a piece of 4-inch in there. I'm just going to transfer the measurement. You can see it's a hole saw. Okay, so what we had to do was go from this oversized downspout. Remember that this is actually a 4x6 downspout, and that means it's going to go to 6-inch pipe. There's two fittings here, the downspout adapter and the 4-to-6 reducer. Okay, so then we've got solid PVC down to a solid 90, and then we adapted to their pipe, which is the 4-inch corrugated. So it looks so good this way. And again, when you call out a company to come do your work, make sure that they are a drainage company. And again, the secret is to go straight up to that wall. It's so important. And this will come out and look like a professional install. And this is something you guys can do yourselves. If you see that company coming out there and kind of coming off at an angle like that, tell them to stop. They'll do what you ask. Just tell them to stop and make it right. But doesn't that look so much better? So much better. And this is the way that your install should come out. These are professional tips for the DIY. You can make this look like a professional install. Over here on this side of the house, they used a 4x6 adapter. We're going to fix this one too. Okay, on this one, I think we can do a little different because there seems to be an obstruction down here. That's why the pipe kind of turns. But let's see where this will come out to. So I think what I'll do is we'll dig this up just a little bit right here, and then we'll put this connection on and see if we can get attached directly to this without having to put a 90 on there. So we're going to go ahead and expose some of that. You can see it's very shallow right there, but I still think we can make this work. So expose it over here, coming out. Just scrape it off. That should be good. That should be good. Let's take a look. So there you have it. We've got that oversized downspout on there. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.